world filled with turmoil where emotions and obstacles constantly confront us, Stoic wisdom emerges defiantly. It imparts a liberating lesson. Sometimes, for growth, we must free ourselves from certain relationships, even those with family or friends. This isn't a call to isolation, but rather an invitation to authenticity and inner peace. Today we'll explore 11 signs indicating it's time to sever ties. So, settle in to absorb the insights fully. Let's begin. Commencing with the first point. When relationships impede your personal growth, it imparts a profound lesson. It suggests that a friendship that can easily dissolve was never truly genuine. This notion prompts contemplation on the essence of authentic friendship and familial love. Ideally, both should serve as pillars guiding us in the relentless pursuit of wisdom and virtue. However, it's crucial to acknowledge that some relationships may veer us away from this path of growth. Recognizing when emotional bonds are diverting us requires deep introspection and courageous decision-making. This process involves questioning and reevaluating our connections. It's not a simple undertaking. It demands sincere reflection and often the courage to make challenging choices. We may need to reassess old bonds, scrutinize family dynamics, or distance ourselves from friendships that hinder rather than enrich us. Ultimately, it's about self-discovery and self-appreciation. The crux lies in understanding that personal growth intertwines with the people we journey with. Healthy relationships uplift and challenge us positively while respecting our essence and life goals. So, when we encounter relationships that impede our progress, it's vital to recall the wisdom of Seneca. We should seek genuine relationships that endure through time and adversity, supporting our pursuit of wisdom and guiding us towards virtue. It's a path marked by discoveries, challenges, and sometimes necessary renewals. Moving on to the second point. When destructive emotions dominate a relationship, it's worth delving into the realm of these negative emotions, as they can profoundly impact our interactions. Marcus Aurelius, a revered figure in Stoicism, offers wisdom on this matter. You have power over your mind, not external events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This statement serves as a potent reminder of the importance of maintaining control over our emotions, particularly in relationships where destructive emotions like anger, jealousy, or resentment prevail. These negative emotions, when they become pervasive and dominant, have the potential to erode our inner strength and distance us from a state of serenity. They ensnare us in a cycle of reactions and automatic responses, often beyond our control. While these emotions are natural, they can divert us from the path of self-control and tranquility. The challenge lies in recognizing these destructive emotions and acknowledging that our reaction to them is within our control. As Marcus Aurelius teaches, while we cannot control external events, we have complete mastery over our responses to them. This necessitates ongoing self-analysis and self-mastery, vital skills for maintaining emotional and mental well-being in challenging relationships. When a relationship consistently triggers these negative emotional states, it's crucial to evaluate its dynamics. We must question whether it contributes positively to our growth and well-being, or keeps us mired in emotional turmoil. Ultimately, when confronted with destructive emotions in our relationships, we must tap into the inner strength highlighted by Marcus Aurelius. This involves practicing patience, understanding, and empathy, while also establishing healthy boundaries. If necessary, it may require distancing ourselves from relationships that impede our emotional and intellectual growth. It's a journey of self-discovery and personal empowerment, where we learn to value relationships that uplift us and move away from those that diminish us. Moving on to the third point. If you find yourself being manipulated or controlled in a relationship, it's essential to consider the Stoic perspective on autonomy, as emphasized by Epictetus, a prominent philosopher of this school of thought. He offers a powerful insight: no one is free who is not master of himself. This maxim underscores the importance of individual freedom and self-governance, crucial elements for personal well-being and growth. Manipulation and control within any relationship signify a compromise of autonomy. When our decisions, thoughts, and actions are constantly influenced or dictated by another person, it represents a significant infringement upon our personal freedom. Such dynamics directly oppose the Stoic principles that value self-mastery and individual independence. It's imperative to recognize the signs of a manipulative or controlling relationship, which can manifest through constant criticism, diminished self-esteem, isolation from friends and family, or the imposition of decisions without regard for others' opinions. These behaviors not only corrode self-confidence but also entrap the individual in a cycle of emotional and psychological dependence. Acknowledging that one is in a relationship that limits personal autonomy is the initial step toward liberation. Epictetus reminds us that genuine freedom stems from being the master of oneself. This entails taking charge of our own lives, establishing healthy boundaries, and, if necessary, terminating relationships that deprive us of our essential freedom. Ending a manipulative relationship may be daunting and painful, but it's an act of courage and a pivotal step toward reclaiming control over one's life. This journey of liberation involves self-discovery, self-affirmation, and above all, the reaffirmation of one's own worth and independence. In essence, recognizing and distancing ourselves from relationships that manipulate or control us is an expression of profound self-respect. Following Epictetus's guidance, we should strive to be masters of our own lives, fostering relationships that honor our autonomy and enable us to thrive to our fullest potential. While this process may involve difficult decisions and emotional challenges, it ultimately leads to greater self-empowerment and fulfillment. Number 4. When discussing relationships that do more harm than good, it's crucial to highlight the significance of inner well-being in each individual's journey. Toxic relationships, characterized by emotional drain, constant discomfort, and negativity, are detrimental to personal growth and development. It's essential to recognize the presence of tension, unresolved conflicts, mutual disrespect, and lack of emotional support as indicators of a harmful dynamic. Such dynamics not only impede personal flourishing, but can also lead to a decline in mental and physical health. Toxicity in a relationship may manifest through constant criticism, lack of empathy, manipulation, or emotional abuse, trapping individuals in a cycle of negativity where progress feels unattainable in both personal and professional aspects of life. The pursuit of inner well-being necessitates an environment that fosters positivity, mutual support, respect, and promotes mental and emotional health. When a relationship obstructs these aspects, it signals the need for change. Making the decision to distance oneself from a toxic relationship is an act of self-care and self-respect, albeit accompanied by feelings of guilt or fear. However, this choice is crucial for making space for healthy and constructive relationships that genuinely contribute to growth and well-being. Disengaging from a harmful relationship provides a moment for reflection and learning. It's an opportunity to bolster self-esteem, reaffirm values and priorities, and gain a better understanding of relationships that positively contribute to life's journey. Therefore, it's essential to be attentive to the signs of a toxic relationship and have the courage to seek change when necessary. Ultimately, prioritizing inner well-being and personal growth should be a primary focus in life, and the relationships we cultivate play a crucial role in this process. Number 5. If there is a lack of mutual respect, it's essential to address this issue, particularly in the context of Stoic principles that uphold dignity and self-control. Mutual respect serves as the cornerstone of healthy relationships, encompassing appreciation for differences, empathetic listening, and understanding of others' perspectives. In relationships devoid of mutual respect, misunderstandings, devaluation, and continuous tension often prevail. Lack of respect manifests in disdain, destructive criticism, disregard for others' needs, and even abusive behavior, profoundly impacting self-esteem and emotional well-being. Stoic teachings emphasize maintaining dignity and self-control in interactions, treating others with the same respect we desire for ourselves. When a relationship lacks mutual respect, it becomes harmful and distorted. Evaluating such dynamics is crucial, necessitating open dialogue, setting clear boundaries, and, if needed, distancing oneself from the relationship. Recognizing and addressing the absence of respect preserves one's dignity and mental health. Ultimately, choosing relationships grounded in mutual respect aligns with Stoic ideals of self-worth and personal growth. It entails embracing a path of dignity and self-control, fostering healthy and fulfilling connections. Number 6. When the relationship prevents acceptance of reality, it contradicts Stoic philosophy's emphasis on facing reality as it is. Acceptance of reality entails understanding situations objectively, free from illusions or denials. Relationships that tether us to illusions or deny facts hinder authenticity and truthfulness. Maintaining bonds based on illusions or denial of reality distances us from genuine understanding of ourselves and others. This detachment from reality can lead to decisions based on distorted perceptions and constant disillusionment. Relationships characterized by unfulfilled promises, unrealistic expectations, or refusal to acknowledge problems breed frustration and dissatisfaction. Confronting truth in a relationship, though challenging, is necessary for personal development and building realistic connections. Stoicism encourages embracing reality, dealing with situations as they are, and finding serenity within that understanding. Recognizing and distancing ourselves from dynamics based on illusion allows rediscovery of a path to authenticity and satisfaction aligned with Stoic principles. Number 7. If you are compromising your values, living in alignment with one's values is central to Stoicism and a cornerstone for a meaningful life. Relationships that force compromise or betrayal of core values pose a dilemma, requiring reflection and reassessment. Personal values serve as an internal compass, guiding decisions and interactions. When a relationship demands abandonment or ignorance of these values, it compromises personal integrity and leads to dissatisfaction. Manifestations include pressure to act against beliefs, tolerate unacceptable behaviors, or sacrifice identity. Stoic philosophy emphasizes living in harmony with values, necessitating courage to make tough choices and seek relationships reflecting fundamental principles. Reassessing relationships based on value alignment may trigger internal conflicts but is essential for mental and emotional well-being, signifying self-respect and authenticity. Being aware of how relationships influence and reflect values guides decisions, ensuring paths aligned with values for authentic and fulfilling living. Number 8. When the relationship is not reciprocal, reciprocity is a fundamental aspect of any healthy and sustainable relationship. An imbalance where one party consistently gives while the other solely receives creates an unequal and unsustainable dynamic. Balanced relationships involve both parties contributing and receiving in a fair and equitable manner. Reciprocity doesn't always require an exact or immediate exchange, but there should be a general sense of mutual support. When one side consistently gives while the other only receives, feelings of resentment, exhaustion, and devaluation can arise. This imbalance can manifest emotionally, where one person provides support without reciprocation, or practically in daily tasks or decision-making. When imbalance becomes the norm, the relationship ceases to be a partnership and becomes burdensome for one party. Recognizing signs of a non-reciprocal relationship and addressing the issue is essential. This may involve open conversations about needs and expectations, redefining boundaries and responsibilities, and potentially reconsidering the relationship's long-term viability. It's crucial to recognize that self-respect and self-esteem are also at stake. Allowing oneself to constantly give without receiving due value can erode one's perception of worth. Seeking balance in a relationship is not only about fairness but also an act of self-care. To maintain healthy and enriching relationships, it's essential to seek reciprocity. Balanced relationships foster mutual growth, respect, and satisfaction for both parties. These are the types of relationships we should aspire to cultivate in our lives for the well-being of ourselves and those we relate to. Number 9. If there is any form of abuse, abuse in any form is unequivocally unacceptable in any relationship. Stoic wisdom, which underscores the significance of self-respect and dignity, unequivocally directs us to never tolerate abusive or harmful behaviors. Abuse can manifest in various forms: physical, emotional, verbal, psychological, or financial, each having a profoundly negative impact on the victim's mental, physical, and emotional health. Recognizing that you are in an abusive relationship is the initial step toward seeking help and change. It's crucial to understand that abuse is never justifiable, and the responsibility for the abuse lies entirely with the abuser, not the victim. Seeking support from friends, family, or professionals is essential to extricate oneself from this situation. While leaving an abusive relationship can be daunting and requires courage and support, it is a vital step toward reclaiming self-esteem, self-respect, and freedom. Recovering from an abusive relationship entails reaffirming one's own worth and strength, aligning with Stoic teachings of self-worth and self-respect. Living a dignified and respectful life, free from abuse, is a fundamental right for everyone. Number 10. When communication consistently fails. Effective communication is paramount in any healthy relationship. When faced with situations where communication continually breaks down, whether one-sided or marked by perpetual conflict, we encounter a significant impediment to harmony and mutual understanding, essential elements according to Stoic philosophy. In relationships where communication is deficient, misunderstandings, frustrations, and resentments often arise. One-sided communication, where one party dominates or doesn't allow space for the other to express themselves, creates a harmful imbalance. Similarly, constant conflicts and an inability to find common ground can be exhausting and draining. Stoics value harmony and balance both internally and in relationships with others, advocating for seeking understanding, peaceful dialogue, and avoiding unnecessary conflicts while promoting an environment of mutual respect. Improving communication entails practicing active listening, expressing oneself clearly and respectfully, and being open to dialogue and understanding the other person's viewpoint.